a proper preparation prevents poor performance. Make sure you get your bait, don't forget the life jackets. Think about every single thing that's going to help you catch a fish. But number one, most important, don't forget the morning coffee. Seriously, without this, I am nothing. And I have arrived. How good is this thing? It's called an ultra skiff. And the whole idea behind it is, it's for people who either don't have a boat or can't afford a boat perhaps, or want to go into sneaky destinations where a boat doesn't suit. Today, I'm fishing the Mornington Peninsula at a beautiful seaside town called Flinders. Now the deal here, it's a sand ramp, very hard to launch a big boat. The nearest concrete ramp is over 20 kilometres away. So, skiff rolls down the beach, in we go. I can fish up to 2 k's offshore, not a drama. I'm going to catch some of the best squid going, then I'm going to clean them, then I'm going to cook them, and I can't wait because I am so hungry and I love calamari. To go catch some fish. Well, cephalopods anyway. So, simple as rolling it out off the beach, jumping in, get my electric going, I'm ready to play. This is pretty cool. It is ridiculously stable, and within about 3 minutes, I'll be fishing. The great thing about this area on the Mornington Peninsula and so many areas around Australia is that you don't need to get a long way from shore to catch amazing fish. You've got to remember, the shore is actually a structure that brings fish in. There's worms living in the sand, there's crabs getting washed in, so a lot of big fish are not a long way out, and this thing pretty much makes great fishing accessible to almost anyone. I just saw a guy catch a monster squid off the jetty. So I'm going to start in close. 2 reasons for that. They're catching squid there, no point going too far away. Second reason, there's a lot less wind in here. It's blowing a westerly today, it's blowing offshore, and that's the reason we actually picked this location. So the whole theory is be near the fish, or the squid in this case, and try and get in nice and close to that offshore breeze. Means we won't drift too far. She's going in. I'll pull out about 6 metres of line, and then the trap, my friends, is set. I love when a plan comes together. I've literally been drifting for about 3 or 4 minutes, and as soon as I put that first jig in, bang, I got eaten, so I knew you're in the right zone. I could see with the spotters we've just come over a massive patch of weed, and as soon as we did, the second jig that I was popping around just went bang, and it's a serious squid. And the reason you come to places like Flinders, Queenscliff, the bottom end of our estuaries. When I say estuaries, people go, estuaries? Port Phillip Bay and Western Port are both estuary systems. This time of year, when I say this time, September, October, November, the big cephalopods push in to lay their eggs, and it sort of starts the circle of life. Not that I want to sound like Elton John, but the big squid come in, the big snapper come in, the big sharks come in, the big gummies. So us Victorians, it's really, really exciting. But as far as calamari go, these things are big and they're so cool because they make excellent baits and they taste so good. I can see this thing, it's on the surface now. It is a nice calamari. That's a big squid. Now, this is going to be interesting because I've got the net behind me, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see, a few squirts of ink. That is a very big southern calamari. I'm going to try and net it. Everything is within easy reach. And the idea with these things, put the net behind the squid. What could possibly go wrong? Whoops. Because they actually take water in, shoot out the front, and that's why they go backwards. So he's very well hooked. This guy's taken an ichor jig from what I can see in white. White and black tend to be amazing colours. And if I just go like that and let him go, he should go straight back into my net. Look at that. No need to panic. That is a very, very big cephalopod. That is exactly why we come to this part of the world. Look at that. That is what you call a beautiful calamari. Probably average size. They get smaller, they get a lot bigger, but that is going to taste like an absolute dream. Flinders, Victoria, Mornington Peninsula. How good is this? I reckon I might have a fish on my jig. I was just pulling this in to drift back in, and I actually saw silver flashes behind it. Now, obviously squid don't flash silver, and the jig's not being taken down. I can still feel tap, tap, tap. I reckon I might have a barracuda on a squid jig. Now, if I've got a squid, I'm gonna look pretty silly, but you just never know your luck. I've still got something on here. It's bouncing around. What have we got? I'm tipping it's not a squid. That's my big tip. It's a fish of some description. What have we got here? It is a barracuda. Hey, get away from my battery there, mate. Get away from my battery. Have a look at this. It's not every day. It is not every day you catch a barracuda on a squid jig. Now, the reason I'm mucking around, these things got big teeth. So I'm gonna get a handle on it, you're gonna come over here, and I'm gonna show you something pretty special. So that is a southern barracuda. They're one of the fish that come into the bays and ports around this time of year. They make the best snapper and gummy shark baits. Just put that head on a 6/0 hook, hello. They're actually very good eating too, but some do have worms, so always check them out. This guy is very lucky, he's going back. How good's that though? Barracuda on a squid jig. One drift, and we're killing it. To infinity and beyond, Buzz Lightyear. That was a pretty serious drift, but I gotta tell you, 65-pound water snake, and I'll punch into this sea. I've got a Seamaster deep cycle battery. I did the math based on amperage, draw, etc, and it will power me for a minimum of 8 hours non-stop. There's a very small V on the front of this ultra skiff, so it does actually, look at this one. I'm gonna take a green one over the top. I feel like I'm in the perfect storm. That doesn't matter, because I'm having fun. That drift was a lot quicker than I expected. We pretty much got up to 15 knots now. It's pushing us way too fast, even though we still didn't get squid and fish. So I'm moving in closer. I can see a patch of weed. I'm going to anchor in front of the weed. I'm going to fish over it at anchor. I'm going to burley. I'm going to bring the squid to me. A lot of people don't know, but squid love burley. So I put either burley pellets and tuna oil in this pot. I send the pot to the bottom, and that will bring the squid to me. Yep, gotcha. Ooh, it's a bit of weight there. And I just love it when a plan comes together. As I said, even though conditions are far from perfect, this is just gold because we're casting jigs back in the burley trail. And this is a small squid for this area coming up now, but that doesn't matter because big and small, Paul eats them all. Look at this guy here. I might actually be able to grab this one. Beautiful cephalopod there, look at that. I just love these things, eh? Whoop, and that ink, the ink is all about trying to get away from predators. I mean, these things are basically put on the planet for other things to eat. Everything just loves eating them. So I'm gonna grab him like that because he's fine, I can see he's well hooked. There are more squid in volume on the planet than people, and that is a perfect hookup on a calamari. See how those hooks are just the top of his head there? Perfect hookup, absolutely awesome. That is an ichor jig that sort of represents a garfish. Works an absolute treat. I'm gonna put this one away and keep fishing. This is a lot of fun. Our float's going under. It's taking line. It's taking line. Yep, gotcha. Oh, there's some weight there. I love fishing squid on silver whiting under glitterbug floats. Been doing it since I was a kid, and it's such a good feeling. Just when that float goes whack and you know you've got a big cephalopod sucking on there. Oh, he's pulling, he's taking line again. I'm gonna let him take line. If you just keep pulling, you hang on, they can physically just rip their candles off and you won't get the squid. So I'm just being very gentle here. What I've done, I've changed to a bit of a drift. And I'm just drifting along. Oh, there he goes, come on. Oh, it's all about just feeling your way. Just having a bit of a drift and it's worked beautifully. What we're doing is just covering plenty of ground. And I've moved in nice and close because that wind, it is howling. You'll see I put the coat on too. We had a drop of rain. So just cover ground and you will find squid. And this guy's come to the top now. He's actually been pulled up by the fact I'm probably traveling along at 2 knots. I'm gonna actually just reverse up on him a bit, so I'm going backwards towards the squid. Never thought I'd back up on a squid. And this is a big squid. Have a look at that thing there now in the water. He's just coming up. I don't know where I've hooked him. Oh, I thought it was his candle. It's actually the silver whiting I can see. He is a gem. Look at the size of this thing. I'm gonna see if I can just grab him. Come on, mate. I'm gonna kneel on the edge of this thing. They promised me it was stable, and it is. Whoa, look at that baby there. I'm gonna back up to you guys again. That is what I call a suffering cephalopod on the silver whiting. You can actually see where he's chewed the guts out there. That is a big squid. And we're not far past the point now and I can do some cooking and cleaning. How good is that? In Victoria, we get 2 species of squid as he just sends a bit of yuck stuff into the air. We get arrow squid, which you mainly find offshore, and then you get the southern calamari, which come out of bays and estuaries mainly. The southern calamari, they got these big flaps down the side there, and they taste 11 out of 10. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. So what I've done here is just try something different again. This is not a very big squid. I've literally come in close, and I'm drifting 2 artificial jigs. I've got one back about 20 metres and one about 40 metres. And the idea there is I reckon about 4 metres of water. The one that's back further is obviously going to sink down deeper, and the one that is in closer to the ultra skiff is not going to get down as far. So we just cover more of the water column. This one's taken that white jig again. The bag limit for calamari in Victoria is 10 squid per man per day. And the reason calamari, I might be able to lift this one. There we go. The reason calamari is such a fantastic recreational species is because no southern calamari lives to more than 365 days. Thanks very much for that, mate. No southern calamari lives to more than 365 days of age. They're pretty much put on this planet. They eat like there's no tomorrow. They lay eggs, that's what they're doing here right now. Then they get eaten by someone and the whole cycle starts again. So if you like the idea of fishing, if you like the idea of eating fish, try eating squid, because there's that much out there. We're not putting a dent in it, and as I said, such a fantastic recreational species. Well, catching big southern calamari is one thing, but cleaning them is a total different story. I've spent hours trying to clean squid and I never get it right and make a mess. It is just no fun at all. But then I come across these things, Squid Easy, made by a bloke called Squiddly Diddly in South Australia. They changed my life. So all you do is pick the one that is the size of the squid you're going to clean. See, I've already taken all the bits off that cone there. But this squid, if I lay him there, you can pretty much see straight away, it's going to be the blue one. That's the perfect size. So the blue one it is. Now, all you do, lay your squid down. Get your Squid Easy, slide it in the back of the squid behind the eyes and literally push it up and you'll feel the membrane break, slide it all the way in. What you're doing here is releasing the body of the squid, all the guts and bits from the actual tube. So once I've broken that membrane, which I feel I've done now, pull that out and this should all just slide out. Look at that, there's all my guts, head, bits and pieces. That's all gone. And now I've got a squid tube, and in there still is my backbone. Just grab that with your thumb and forefinger. Look at that. That was once a backbone, and then push that up like so, put the squid over the top and grab your other Squid Easy and literally just break the membrane on top there by moving that around until you've got that done. So you can see that's broken, and now I can peel the wings and all of that sticky stuff off the outside. So look at that, how easy it comes off. One go, all done. Now you can eat the wings, they go really, really well in stir fries, etc., but not today. We then pull this up, and it's simply a matter of using the 2 notches at the end here. You see there's 2 notches, they hit the back of the squid, and we just get a grip on there and we push in. It's very hard to turn a squid tube inside out. Look at that, just slowly pushes in, just keeps going. I put that back up and I roll it back down. Just roll down like that. We've now turned our squid tube inside out, and all I do is get a knife, which is here somewhere, and I just get rid of all the things that I don't think I'd like to eat. So I just literally spin this around like so, scrape all that off, and we have just cleaned a calamari in literally no time. We now just cut this like so. Well, we've caught it, we've cleaned it, and now comes the cooking part. I love this just as much, but it's always about keeping it simple. Now you see at the front here, we have a kiwi fruit, very important in this recipe. 2 types of squid, our rings that we cut up and our legs. We'll do them in a minute, but first the rings. In this bag here, it may look a bit silly, but that is kiwi fruit that I put through the old Vitamizer, and I've had squid rings sitting there for 2 hours. Kiwi fruit contains an enzyme that actually breaks down collagen in meats, hence breaks down the collagen in those squid rings and softens them up, makes them beautifully tender. What I've done in this bag here, a bit of flour, a little bit of curry powder. Curry powder goes amazing with seafood, a little bit of salt and pepper. Give that a bit of a shake. We're gonna put these rings straight in that bag on a bit of rice bran oil. It'll be amazing. They go straight in. So they're now fully coated, and I've got them ready to go in oil. Oh, too good. Flip over. That is looking and smelling sweet. I'm gonna get a plate, and then we're gonna eat some squid. So the key with squid, don't cook it too long. You really can't undercook squid, I reckon. And I've got to say that is just mind-blowingly good. Now that's a great quick squid recipe, and the thing is, eat it when it's hot. It's amazing, bit of tartare, bit of lemon, bit of lime. But now I'm going to show you something I used to throw away or use for baits, And I reckon it's the best way to physically eat squid. So, squid 2 ways. Here's the little secret I learned off my Italian friends not long ago. They're called the candles, those big long ones there. That's what the squid uses to jump out and grab his prey. You cut these things up, you cook this. It is by far the best part of the calamari. So just put a serious hunk of butter into a pan, and as soon as I get some meltage there, the squid legs go straight in onto the heat. Grab your squid, get it in there, and let it start to cook. Literally, it's the point where it's not quite cooked, and then we add the next and last ingredient. So the squid is 80% white, which means it's cooking beautifully. Now, a bit of sweet chili sauce. And the key with this, just put plenty in there, get it all going. Look at that. And what we're going to try to do now is basically cook it down or caramelise it. And all I do is just keep stirring it, and as it cooks away, the flavour intensifies. It goes into that squid. I've eaten this many times, and I'm here to tell you, it is good. Look at this. It's all about plating. You'll notice I've cleaned my bench down too. And look at that absolute quality. Squid legs. Used to use them for bait. Now I eat them like there is no tomorrow.